So AC limit. I don't know if you've ever been on a site where you may have tripped the bollard on site, which is quite easy to do because obviously they're very low limit, depending on which site you're going on to. So you can actually limit the amount of electric you're having, so hopefully it may stop it tripping that bollard. Okay, so as long as you set it to, depending on what bollard you've got outside, a lot of caravan club, camping caravan tend to be 16 amp.
Yeah.
Other sites can be less, or Continent obviously can be less. So what you can do, so I've set it to 5 amp. You see there's a little indicator there, little power with the padlock unlocked. So I could set it to 5 amp there. You can see that's what the ampage is we're drawing at the moment. If you go over that, so obviously you've got things like electric hob, or anything else electric, or if you've got, say, a kettle, if you run on an electric kettle, or hairdryer, or anything like that, obviously it can draw it quite quickly over the top. If it detects that it's just gone above that limit, what it should do to protect it, if you've got this running on electric, on your heating, so up to 3 kilowatts, it will start shutting that down.
Right, just to compensate.
Yeah. Okay, until obviously you either switch the kettle switches off or the hairdryer switched off. Okay, so you've got settings of. Where's that gone? Lost it now. Where did that go? There we are. Right. So you got option 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to 16, or just off.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no limit on it then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was only one site that happened, wasn't it? I think I tried to vacuum and it all blew everything.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's obviously, it's more than likely going to happen this time of year. Obviously, because you're going to have heating and everything else running.
Yeah.
Okay. Internal temperature, I think we did that one. Probably sometimes it jumps from when you open one and then shut another one. You just have to do that. System settings. Okay, so if you want to change anything like time, so there you got set hour. What it'll do, it'll just go to scroll all the way round.
Yeah.
So if you go past it, so it'll go all the way round again, which I tend to do because I'm not usually concentrating.
Yeah.
Obviously, minute's the worst one because you've got 60 of them. Okay, so if you want to change anything, it's always the arrow pointing to the screen. That one scrolls it up or down.
Yep.
So obviously it's not Wednesday, Saturday. It's the 3rd as well. 12, and obviously year. And key beep. Every time you press the button it goes beep, you can turn that off if you wanted to.
Alright.
That gets annoying. Backlight time, so obviously your screen goes off after, you notice after a few seconds, even though you just do that. You can either switch that on so it's on permanently, if you really wanted to, so obviously it glows quite nicely at night time, but it just obviously saves, especially if you're going to go off grid as well, it's going to save that bit of energy, that shuts it down as well. LED, same again, so these little lights there, you can do that, change the timing on that as well. Tank alarm off, because you haven't got a tank. That's for obviously other models that may have a onboard water tank. Bluetooth pair, obviously if you're interested in operating your phone off Bluetooth, connecting to it. Then obviously if you've done so many of them, I think it's about 4 or 5, and you want to say connect a different phone to it or whatever, obviously you might have to delete them and to pair that one up. Okay.
This is amazing, isn't it? We managed with all of this.
Good.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
We went on and off.
Then the exit settings.
Crazy.
I think I've gone through all them now. Vehicle battery. So you could connect to your vehicle battery. If you had the car still attached to it on site, you could actually draw battery off that.
Yeah.
Okay, if you were...
Obviously not a good idea probably because you'll end up draining the battery and you're not
off
going
your
home.
car.
Yeah, exactly.
If you were desperate though.
So that's on your select battery, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you press the arrow again pointing towards the screen, obviously tell you no, I'm not doing that because it's not detecting, it's not there. But so if it did, you'll see a little battery icon there with V in it. If you have actually done that, you'd know that because your car would still be on there. But okay. So if just going back to the car as well, if you're travelling with it, that will just shut that panel down. You don't have to switch that on if you're trying to charge the battery on board, or you want to use the fridge off 12 volt, which is on the car. So you don't need to turn any of that off or on. It's just automatically feeds direct to your charger as long as you turn your fridge on to battery or 12 volt.
Gas,
so when the engine's running, that will provide 12 volt direct to that.
Because we couldn't
directly
get that to work
to that.
in the last caravan.
No. So, a lot of people confused on that. Is well, how does it work? But as soon as
it's the 12.
As soon as it turns on, it supplies 12 volts to that.
Yeah.
I'll explain a bit more on the fridge in a minute. Anyway.
Yeah. Great.
Okay, so you're happy with your panel?
We will be.
Happy-ish?
Yeah.
Obviously, the main ones obviously is pump.
It's turning everything on, isn't
lights.
it? Yeah.
And it's playing really. Actually, it makes sense that that middle one will give you different menus, and then the up and down scroll through the menus.
Makes sense.
So it's really
And to exit a menu, use the middle one again. do you? When you're
Yeah.
inside something, yeah.
Yeah, so, there's not many you go into anyway. I think it's system settings, heating
Right.
settings, I think that's it, yeah. They're the only ones that tend to do that anyway. Okay?
Yeah, that's
Happy with that
great.
bit?
Right,
Yeah.
so heating panel. So if you decide to, especially as it's warm.
So you say, I think it's closer to the
I don't know
26,
if
isn't it?
Yeah. I'll just reduce
Yeah.
it. Not as good as, I might need to show you something actually. I'll just bring it back up again. Right. So what we got here, that's your on-off
Filming's
button.
not very good.
Sorry.
My filming's not very good.
Oh, don't worry too much with it. As long as you're pointing generally
Yeah,
at it.
Do
Yeah.
you like that? That's what I was doing earlier,
Okay.
and it's easier.
Yeah. So that's the on-off button for the whole system. So,
Yeah.
as I said, you got that system in it. It's actually sitting in the corner under that bunk there. Is your heating system, is your boiler. That switches the whole system on and off. Okay, which is that one there. Okay. What we're showing on the main screen at the moment, that there is your heating being circulated around your van. So if that icon's not there, so if I just bring the temperature down a touch, hopefully that'll disappear. Okay. So what? If you see that there, I've set it to 22 degrees now. Room temperature is showing 26. Okay, so if you set it lower than the room temperature, circulation pump will
Just
stop.
cuts out, yeah.
Until obviously it naturally drops to that temperature, then it will cut back in.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just increase that again, just to show you something else. Right, okay, so that is your room temperature, as I just said. That little plug there, that's to indicate that you've got power to your boiler. Okay, it's not saying it's running on electric, it's just saying there's power there ready to use.
Okay.
On your consumer unit, I'll just shut that for a second. Your consumer unit, which is sitting under your bunk here, see that orange button? It says heating and hot water. See that, yeah? So that's the button there. Switch that off. You've now got no electric running on your boiler if you were operating on it. If you look on the control panel, that little plug in the top right hand corner should have disappeared. Yeah.
So we should turn.
So-
should we turn that off?
Yeah, you
On
can
and
do.
off all the time, or what?
No,
Or-
leave it. Once you're on site, leave it on.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I mean. But
yeah.
no.
It's-
When we leave,
Yeah.
turn it off.
You can do.
It's just like you made. It's like we had before.
Yeah.
It's probably
Right.
similar,
By
yeah.
we just.
The thing with difference between this and your last one, this boiler you can operate without the water in your hot water tank. Your last one, if you operated it with no water in it and you switch electric on or forgot to switch it off, you could have ended up damaging the boiler. This one is different.
Yeah.
Okay, this one you can leave that switch on and run the heating without any hot water in the hot water tank. Okay, so there's no danger of damaging it.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
So don't worry if you have forgotten to switch that off. On the last one, you would have been in trouble, but this one
Yeah.
is.
But it's
works
good. It's
different.
kind of good practice when you
It is
Well,
good practice.
the
Yeah.
switch it because you get into
I know
the
last time.
habit
Obviously,
of it,
the
yeah.
water and heating was the heat because the heating was from,
Yeah,
from
it was
the
a fire.
fire.
Yeah.
It was run separately.
Well, you
wasn't it?
imagine the old boiler was like a kettle with an element in it. You switch a kettle on with no water in it, it doesn't do it any good.
Yeah.
So this one is different. It's got a different way of heating the water. It's got like a jacket that goes round it,
Yeah.
which is totally different. All right. Well, just going back to that then. So, something's coming off. Right. So, if you want to change anything, press the menu
Shall we go
button. Okay, see that? Yeah. Press the menu button that comes up with your second screen. So, want to change your temperature, up or down? So maximum 30. The lowest is 5. You can't physically switch the heating off as such unless you switch the whole system off. But the only way is you just bring the temperature below
Yeah.
what the room temperature is. So in the summer, you could probably just drop down all the way to 5. It's not going to come on, or shouldn't. Hopefully not. If it's going to if it's coming to that cold, then obviously we're in trouble. Okay, the next one is your water heating. So that's water heating off. If I press the plus button, half a triangle colour is coloured in. That's your normal running for your water heating, and that plus button is green. Okay. If you want to, you can boost the water heating system by pressing the plus button again. Full triangle coloured in now. What you'll find, if I just click on the front screen again, circulation pump's gone off.
Yeah.
So what it's doing is concentrating all the heating on the hot water now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just turn
So
it-
Okay,
it's a
so
bit
it
quicker.
switches off the circulation pump.
Yeah.
Okay, what it will do, run for 30 minutes. Obviously boost your water. So if, say you wanted to use the shower on board, you wanted that extra hot water, and that's the thing to do. After 30 minutes, or you can switch it back manually if you
won't-
wanted to.
it'll just
stop itself,
Yeah, it'll automatically just
It's a boost, yeah.
Yeah, it'll just set back to normal running.
Yeah.
And what it will do is allow the heating to come on, obviously as long as you're within the temperature range.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one along is your energy. So that's electric. So that's electric off now. It's running on just gas. That's gas off. So in the summer, likelihood is 1, 2, 3 kilowatts probably sufficient enough, because most of the time you're just going to be heating your water. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the winter, electric 1, 2 or 3 kilowatt is not going to be efficient enough to heat this van and heat your water. It'll give you some heat, but if it's really, really cold, you may just want to run it on gas as well. Okay, so if you imagine 2 or 3 kilowatts, you know, what's that at home? Probably it's just your kettle.
Yeah.
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 You're trying to heat a room like this and your hot water
And
tank,
hot
which is
water,
about
yeah.
10 litres, 2 kilowatts, not really going to give you the
Okay.
heat, the warmth you want.
Yeah.
So in the winter...
So what does the gas do? Does the gas just heat the water, or
No, it's one
It's
unit,
all
so
one-
it'll just heat,
okay, so
it heats
it
everything,
just-
same with the electric.
Yeah.
So in the winter, if you've got both running, what it will do is use both energies to get up from cold up to temperature,
Yeah.
and it'll shut the gas off.
Yeah.
So it's prioritised to electric, so it'll tick over then on electric, unless someone like myself leaves the door wide open, temperature drops, or you use all the hot water, then the gas will kick back in again, boost it back up to temperature, then shut off again.
Yeah.
So it's not on constant,
Makes sense.
it's just when it needs it.
Okay.
Okay, unless
Yeah.
you've just got it on gas on its own, and then obviously it'll still kick in and out with the thermostat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Great.
happy with that?
Yep.
Yeah, there is further menu, if you want me to go through that as well.
Can we turn the heating down a little bit as
Yeah,
well?
oh yeah. It's not going to reduce. It's not going to reduce it.
We're not used to having this warm, are we?
It's not going to
Lovely,
reduce
but-
it, but it's not going to go
Yeah.
any warmer
Yeah. Yeah.
unless you want the door open. But yeah, it does
No.
get a bit warmer.
Yeah.
So how would you? How would you just run the water off gas then again?
That's it.
Yeah.
So that's gas off. You see that? You can press that. It goes green.
Green is on.
That's
okay.
that's water heating
So,
on.
Yeah.
As well as water heating and heating on gas now.
Okay.
Okay. You can run it with just. You don't have to have the water heating on if you don't want to. So you can, as I said before, you can actually run it without any water in the water tank if you wanted to. Say you've got it. Obviously, if you've got it in storage or whatever, but you can actually warm it up without actually putting any water into your water system. So in the winter, when you've got it in storage, you obviously make sure you've emptied all the water. By open the valve, which I'll show you in a minute, and open all the taps. So clear all the water out, but you can still warm the van up without having to have any water in the system. Okay.
Right.
Happy with
Great.
that?
Yeah, that's
There
really
is
good.
further menu. I don't know if you want me to go through
Go
that.
on, go
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Right.
Why not?
Right, right. So if you haven't got enough information in your head already,
Yeah.
Right. So what we got here, I don't know if you notice that,
Yeah.
this little icon in the corner for different settings, has got different timers on the system, and as I said, you can operate off via the command system as well. This here is a reduced temperature timer. Obviously, you feel how warm it is now. You imagine this hot at night, you might not be able to get to sleep.
No.
Some people don't like it too hot.
We wouldn't.
You can actually set a reduced temperature on the timer to run overnight. So what it won't do is, unless you've got air conditioning, it's not going to reduce the temperature down. It's just naturally going to allow it to come down to whatever temperature you set. Okay.
Right.
And then obviously it comes on at the time on the start of the timer, and then obviously goes off, say in the morning,
Yeah.
reverts back to what you had daytime running. Okay. This one here is a 7-day timer, so you can set that up for 7 days.
We don't even do that at home, really.
Prioritisation. So as I said before, if you've got both energies operating, it's prioritised to electric at the moment. So obviously when you use both energies, the gas will shut off and it'll continue on electric. You can swap it round the other way if you really wanted to, but can't see the point of that. Really. All right, this one here, this is to do with the backlight of your screen. I'll just show you that one. Obviously this does glow quite nicely at night. So if you don't like anything light in the room when you're trying to get to sleep, what you can do is set it to dark. So I'll just show you that. Obviously it's what it says on the tin, it goes dark. But if I press the screen, it will light up
Yeah,
just to see
yeah.
what's operating.
Yeah.
Or the other option is what is called invert. There's a dark screen, but the icons are still lit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Okay. We change these things around every now and again.
I think it's amazing that you know exactly how to use it, and you think how many different vans are all.
Oh, yeah.
Are they all
Well,
quite similar?
Well, these are. There are at least 3 different control panels for this heating, Aldi heating.
Yeah.
So obviously, there's
Yeah,
different as it updates.
Yeah.
They'll probably bring another one out of this probably sometime soon, because this one's been around for a couple of years now. At least. Okay, next one. You see that is grey. That's obviously not connected to this van. So that if you had a really long van, you could have 2 thermostats, one at the front, one at the back, obviously to
Keep the
make it
kids
easier.
warm.
Yeah.
Okay, this one here, that's obviously to set your clock. So obviously if you're going to use a timer, obviously you need to set the clock on it.
Yeah.
This one here, if you remember Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not that.
Yeah.
Right, so what it actually is, it looks like Pac-Man with a cross through it.
Yeah.
What it actually is obviously a hot water tank, as the temperatures go up and down, you can get things like Legionnaires' disease, bacteria in your boiler. What that will do as long as you've got the clock set and you switch that on, around about 2 o'clock in the morning, it'll do like a water boost function. Boost the temperature above what bacteria can survive, and obviously kills it off.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay. Oop, there we go. Obviously after a few seconds it goes back to main screen if you haven't played with it for a while. Right, that one there, that's to do with your thermostat, so you can calibrate it. So obviously it's saying 30 degrees, obviously it's a lot colder than 30 degrees on your room temperature, and obviously you need to calibrate it up or down to obviously allow, if it's at 30 degrees it thinks it's at maximum, it's not going to allow heating to come on. So you need to reduce it a bit to allow the heating to come on.
Yeah.
This one here, if you're thinking about going up the Alps,
Mountains, yeah.
if it's above 1,000 metres above sea level, if you especially run on gas, it doesn't like it. It needs that bit of extra air. So what it actually does, if you switch that on, is draws more air.
Okay.
That might be relevant, mightn't it, with my plans?
It might,
The other thing is, if you forgot and leave it on, it won't damage anything. It will just be probably burning more gas than what you would want to be. Okay, that one there, every time you press the button, it's similar to that. You can go beep if you wanted to, or switch it off. This one here, gone again. Right, this one here, that's another timer. It's called a delayed timer. So what you can do, say you had it at home, or if you're on site, wherever, you can actually set it to come on a certain day for a certain period of time. Mainly, it's usually 24 hours. So what you do, so you could set it up, say Friday at 5 o'clock to come on. It'll run for 24 hours. Then it'll switch itself off.
Yeah.
In 7 days' time, if you haven't changed it, it will do exactly the same
again. Yeah.
So you can repeat it. It's probably
like
quite handy for winter if you like to warm the van up, say once a week, just to keep the cold and damp out the furniture and things like that.
Yeah.
But even if you've set it up on that, on the commands, obviously you can do that from home if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, as long as it's connected.
So with all this extra electricity,
yes.
Obviously, how much is this? It's not taking a lot out of the battery, I imagine.
No, it's not.
It's
not
when it's in storage, you know.
No, it shouldn't be in storage.
I imagine.
Well, as I said, you've got a solar panel, so that'll be topping it up anyway.
Of course, yeah. Ours is inside our van.
Oh, right.
It's still,
If you look,
it's still going to be a bit of light, isn't there?
Yeah, it depends on how dark the shed is, obviously. If it's an open-ended shed like that, then it shouldn't be too.
It is, and also it's a farm once it's got holes in the roof.
It's got holes in the roof anyway, so that allows a bit of sunlight to come through. Right, this one here, so if you can see that's the same icon as your pump. What you can do is have a different setting on that. At the moment it's thermostatic controlled, so it gets up temperature, it'll shut it off. You can have is put it on continuous, so if you want the heat on continuous, it'll just... The only problem with it, if you put it on continuous, obviously the boiler is going to suffer, because the boiler is the same unit and it's going to draw heat away from the boiler all the time. Yeah. You'll get some more water, but it's not going to be the heat.
Yeah. We're kind of the opposite to that, aren't we? We literally manually switch our heating off at home.
Yeah, it does. The good thing about obviously you can feel how warm this is now. The good thing about it is that the installation of these things are so good.
It's good. And